Now to the coronavirus pandemic. It has been 1 year since our lives have changed forever. On this day last year, the first known COVID case was confirmed in New York City. Fast forward 365 days, the city has seen more than 728,000 cases. CBS2's Jessica Layton live outside Mount Sinai Hospital, where the first patient was diagnosed a year ago tonight. Jessica?
You know, Christine, it's really been surreal today thinking about everything that happened this year, all the pain, all the loss. A year ago, we weren't wearing masks yet. Social distancing wasn't even in our vocabulary. And even as that first patient walked through these doors a year ago tonight, we had no idea how our world was about to change. Vaccination celebration at Johnson & Johnson facilities as millions of doses of the nation's third approved vaccine were boxed up and shipped out to sites across the country.
They are highly efficacious in many ways, including, importantly, preventing severe or critical disease.
The hopeful outlook coming exactly a year after New York City's long, dark fight against the pandemic began. She had respiratory symptoms over the weekend and then tested positive at Mount Sinai Hospital. As we were still learning about the concerning virus at our doorstep, Dr. Chen was just a few hours removed from diagnosing the city's first positive patient.
It's very surreal to think about kind of being there in the moment that kind of set it all off.
Dr. Chen was the attending physician in the emergency department of Mount Sinai that Sunday night when they got word a 39-year-old high-risk patient who just traveled to Iran was on her way in.
I said, you know, I really hope we get this one right, because I think this is it. I was petrified that any kind of breach of my PPE meant bringing it home to my family.
She and her husband ended up sending their 1-year-old son to stay with his grandparents in New Jersey, missing first steps and first words.
We did what we have to protect him and protect everyone around us.
4 days after that first patient in New York, Pam Newman became one of the first infected in New Jersey.
I think my highest fever must have been 104 point something. So it was just torture.
The longtime fitness instructor spent an entire month isolated from her husband and 3 kids.
It can sneak up and get anybody. You have to be attuned to your body.
We don't understand still exactly how the virus is transmitted and why certain people are at more risk. We don't understand who ends up with long-term symptoms. We're still in the thick of it, despite it being 1 year later.
And Dr. Chen told me even after all this time, she still gets a pit in her stomach whenever she has to make that COVID diagnosis, because while many of her patients fare very well, they recover quickly, others never get to go home to see their families again. Reporting live on the Upper East Side tonight, Jessica Layton, CBS2 News.